אני אמרתי לו, בשבילי זה כמו ביטול תורה.
בדיוק.
כל הזמן שאני מבזבז זה ביטול תורה.
בדיוק. הסיבה שהוא עובד כי אין לו ערך לתורה.
אין לו בכלל.
אם היה לו, לא יודע בכלל, אין לו אמיתי, אם היה לו אמיתי, הוא לא היה עובד.
אבא שחושב רבינו, לא היה לו, היה לו תורה, אבל הוא אמר לפרעה, תשמע, אני רק עובד שעה אחת, ואחר כך אני לומד תורה. או שבא, כמו נתן פרפסטור, שבא מפרוס של נוער, הוא למד כל היום. בגלל זה הוא היה לו משה רבינו, בגלל שלא לא היה עבד.
אתה רוצה עכשיו ללמוד תורה, תשקיע בזה. אתה לא חייב ללמוד תורה, אתה יכול ללכת לעבוד. אתה רוצה ללמוד בישיבה, תעשה שהישיבה תשקיע בך.
35.
אם אתה רוצה ללמוד תורה, ואתה בישיבה משקיעה בך, אם אתה משלם $1,700 לחודש לישיבה, בסדר. אתה יכול ללכת לעבוד גם אם אתה רוצה. הישיבה משקיעה בך, אז אתה גנב.
לא.
אתה גנב. גנב.
No. ¿Viste lo que me dijo? No, que si trabajas es como robar a la yeshiva. Dale, no, vete. Tú piensas en que no tengo. A mí dónde? Vamos ahora. Me hace que.
Okay. Siyata Dishmaya.
This guy is disrespectful. This guy is disrespectful. Okay, I want to be clear. Okay, he went from Portnoy. I accepted him from Portnoy. He respect Shlomo. He respect myself. He said, "Tell me what to do now. Go and wake up the guys." That's what he told me to. I don't want to speak with him. I don't want to take. If he's still here, I'm leaving the yeshiva. Okay.
I'm very sorry. I didn't mean it.
Okay.
Very sorry.
And I didn't see clean that.
I'm very sorry. Okay.
No, I don't say it.
Please don't be fine. We are in Alar. Alar. Hay que estar contentos en Alar. No hay que pelear.
I deal with you guys Chazon Ish.
Okay.
So we're going to do the Chazon Ish, Daf Dalet, very good. We'll do the Chazon Ish. Chazon Ish makes an afkamina between Rashi and the Rashba. Very important Hakira. Is nafkamina is like a Hakira. How do you perceive Omri? So I'm reading now the Chazon Ish. It's a Daf Dalet and Slabot Kashitz. Maybe here. Yeah, there is here. There is here. Here, we have here. Yeah, there's another one, give Yossi.
Yosef, dale.
Chazon Ish. Nosan hu v'omrohi. Piresh Rashi. It's the Nafdalet and Slabot Kashitz. Page Dalet. Nosan hu v'omrohi. Oh, he has. Daf Dalet. No sanu v'omrei. Piresh Rashi. Rashi explains when he gives and she speaks what's wrong. Piresh Rashi domi letikach ish ol ish. It's similar that a woman takes a man. Ubarashba girsa, the Rashba's girsa. Yoel, Baruch haba. Do you have a paper? Come and take. Here. Navdalet, open Navdalet. Of the Chazanish in the middle of the page. No sanu v'amori. Pirush Rashi. Rashi says, if he gave the money and she spoke around Kodeshes Lechom. So the Gemara has a doubt if she's with Kodeshes or not, according to the second pshat of the Gemara. Pirush Rashi, what's wrong if she speaks? Domi letika chisholish. Rashi says, if she speaks, it looks like that she took the man. A woman take herself to the man. Letika chisholish. That the woman take herself to the man, and it's wrong. Barashba girsa. The Rashba the girsa is domi letilokach. This is similar that she's been taken. Means she helps to support him taking her. Umevuar sham das Rashi v'arayvet. If you look in the Rashba, the way he learns Rashi and Rayvet, the chi tilokach, she's been taken, or when the woman says, I'll be mekudeshes to you, he gives and she speaks. Misyaches Pulas Aknisa relates the action of the bringing herself in lemaaseo shel ha'isha, to the actions of the woman. When Ismaet Mikro is being excluded from the verse, the Chiyikach, the Torah says he has to take her. Veloy Kitiloka, she cannot be taken. She has to be, he takes her, but not she's being taken. Stop. Again, let's go over again. According to Rashi and Rayvet, when he gives the money and she speaks, what's wrong? When she speaks, she dominates the action, and therefore we relate the action of the entering of the marriage to her action. And the Torah says he needs to do it, not her. Okay? This is the way Rashi and Rayvet learn. The Ran says the woman cannot be whatsoever any connection in the marriage. What she needs to do, she needs to mafkir herself. After she agrees to get married, she needs to make herself hefker. Take me. And he just takes her as a hefker. This is the Ran. And he puts the Chazonish puts the Ran together with Rashi and Rayvet. The what? The Ran that says in the Dorim that when the Torah says ki kachishish, a man needs to take a woman, has to be 100% complete. That there's no intervene of the woman to the level that the woman needs to mafkir herself after she agrees to get engaged, to get kiddushin. She needs to mafkir herself. Mafkir means take only lists of herself, and the husband has to totally take her. But then when she's not mafkir herself, she's part of the taking. We relate the pool to her, not to him, and that's to be 100% him. Capish? So the Ran, Rashi, and the Rashi, according to the Chazonish.
But the Rashi said she didn't do an action. She only did a dibur.
Again, what do you say? Repeat.
Second,
repeat. Yes.
She only did a dibur. She didn't do a ma'aser.
Right. But we see from Rashi and the Ravid that when she speaks, she's meyaches the pulas knisa to her maisi, to her dibur.
But she said Maisa, not Dibor. Why is it lesson is Maisa and it's not in Maisa, it's a Dibor.
When he does, even when he does the giving, if she does the giving, speaking Madai. But even when he does the giving, but she speaks, I meyaches, I relate the pu'ula of the giving to her speaking. The Torah says, we see the same thing from the Ran. The Ran says, after she agrees to get engaged, she has to mafkir herself. But if she's not mafkir herself, she's part of the kinyan, like he's a buyer and a seller, it's not a complete ikach. He has to be totally 100%. There's no buy and seller. There's complete taker. He takes her complete and she's taking it. She's mafkir herself. What?
Allow discussions. I don't know English.
Allow discussions?
No. Discussions.
Yes, we have a Khati here, sure. Sure. One second, we only said one side. Now he's saying Afkamina according to this side. Venire. Comes the Chazon Ish says enough Kamina according to this side. Venire. According to the Rashi and Raived, and he shoves in also the Ran, Nafkamina la loch. Venire, Lefize, according to this, the Afilu Hoya Suki Boy Soinyon, even if they were busy in the subject, he gave and she spoke. People should see themselves. But Lefize, according to this, I'm continuing on the Chazon Ish. The near. Lefize, according to this, the afilu hoyu asukim bo yisrinyon. They were busy in this subject. V'nosan hu v'amro he gave and she spoke. What she spoke, Areini mekudeshes lecho. I mekudesh to you. Lo have kiddushin. It is not kiddushin. Kedin omroi, like the law of omroi.
So the Inyan Kikha is for the men. The men need to take a woman, the government completely.
Even they were busy in the subject before, and he gave upon what he was busy before speaking about Kiddushin. And she said, it's not Kiddushin. Why? Kedin omroi, like the law of she speaks only, which means the fact that they were busy before doesn't make a difference. Why? What's the big Kiddushin? Because we don't have a lack. Listen, Chazon says there's no lack of knowledge of his intention, of the husband's intention. No sanuv we know what he wants. He wants to marry her because he gave upon when she speaks. While he's giving, she's speaking. He's continuing to giving while she's speaking. So speaking before, but basically doesn't make a change. Why? ¿Por qué? Because it's not a lack of knowledge what he wants. We have a different problem. We know what he wants. We need who does the Maisa Kicha. And when she speaks, he gives and she speaks, she's intervening in the Maisa Kicha, like when she's not mafkir herself, like the Ran says, she's intervening in Ki'ikach, and there was no good, that's a problem. You hear? Not allowed to talk. Not allowed to talk. That will kill you.
That's a sport.
You're not allowed to talk, you die. But it's good, it's good. You know what the Shla Kodesh says? The Shla Kodesh says. The Shla. Shla means he wrote a book, Shnei Luchot HaBrit, Rabbi Hurwitz. He lived in the time of the Arizal, and Monsieur was a big gadol, big mekubal. He wrote a book called Shnei Luchot HaBrit. It's abbreviation Shla. Shin Lamedei, Shnei Luchot HaBrit. They call Rabbi Hurwitz. He said that if you don't understand, you speak. And through speaking, so then you express your thoughts, and then your thoughts come some thoughts to words, and it makes you to understand. So if you want to understand something, you speak. I mean, why are you speaking? Because you don't understand. That's good. אבל הדס הרשב"א. That's true. It's good. So it's good to speak. It's good to speak. Yeah, very good. But not too much. אבל הדס הרשב"א. But according to the Rashba, that he lokach. No, with the Rashi and Ravid. Now it's Rashba. So again, according to Rashi and Ravid, no sanuva mori is not a lack of knowing what he meant. It's a lack of a mice. When she speaks, she's intervened. She's meyaches the pulas aknisa lemahaseo means the whole words of the woman when she speaks. So even Asukim will not change. Because Asukim only does that, we know that that's what he wants, but still, when he speaks, she's intervening. But according to the Rashba, the Tilokach, when she gives and speaks, or she only speaks, and he gives, Shapir misparesh linifeles. Didn't change, and she's being moved. She's being controlled. Why? He gives her the money. He says, I'm mikudesha to you. With your ma'asav, you're giving me money. I'm being taken to you. So she's being active through him. Because even she says in her words, the money you gave me, I'll be mikudesha to you. I'll be married to you. Means through your actions. So really, she's relating her words to his action that she's being acted through him. So there's no chesron through him, that she's being controlled and moved through him. There's not a lack of that. Shapir mispare sheniferes. It's nice here I can explain that she's being active through him.
That's not called active, it's passive.
Control through him.
That's not active. Who says that's active? That's a swore.
It is a control. She's being controlled through him.
Yes. She's not being controlled. She's
controlled by him.
That's a swore. That's not it.
Yes, that's a swore sarajbo. Yes, but that's his deal. That's his deal. What deal means? That's his understanding. Aval,
but that's how the Hazanis is explaining.
Aval, what?
That's how the Hazanis is explaining, but that's passive. It's not active.
Yes. That's a Hazanis explanation. Aval. After we're going to say, if you want to say another pshat, we're more than happy to hear you.
But it says it's passive. He says active, not passive.
One second, I didn't finish. Aval,
okay.
Einena oises apula. She's being controlled through him, but she's not doing the action. According to Rashi and Aravid, when she speaks that I'll be married to you, we consider that she's doing the pula. She's now on her own. We need him to do everything on her own, not her. According to the Rashi, when she speaks, I still look at her that she's being controlled by him, and not. She's not the one who's doing the action. She's being action through him. There ain't no through him. There ain't no mesayea b'knisata. She doesn't help him. The woman does not help the husband in her entering of the kiddushi. So why is the problem? If that's so, that she's not doing a maise, I'm not meyaches the maise knisa to her. She's considered nif'eles. She's being controlled, being active through him, and I don't look at her that she did the action. She's not the one doing the pu'ula, the action. They ain't a messiah, so she's not helping him in his action. He's totally in control. He's totally in control. So what's the problem when she speaks? Why when he gives, and she speaks, Lav Kiddushin go to one side of the Gemara. What's the side of Lav Kiddushin? Mishum, because the he gormaloi le Kiddushin. She caused him lekidushin shiyuchalim. She caused him to the kiddushin to be taking effect. If it wasn't for her speaking, lo avayadina, we don't know. We don't know who's we. The Eidim, the Bezdin, we don't know. The Yoiv lo l'shem kiddushin. We don't know that he gave her the money for the sake of kiddushin. So now, when she revealed that's the intention. So what's the problem? The problem is not she's doing the action; he's doing the action. But since she revealed his intention, so then there's a lack of him, not her. I don't consider that he did the whole action. It's not that, not him, her. What she's intervening is a lack by him. It's not totally him. But doesn't mean it's her. Because when she spoke upon the giving of his money. So therefore she's nif'eles. It's not a problem of she's nif'eles, he's the poyel, she's nif'eles. He's the actor and she's the being acted by him. It's not a problem. It's not meyaches the pulo to her. The Tony does, she makes a hole by him. Again, so what is the chakira? The chakira is when she speaks, there's a problem that she's doing the pulo, or when she speaks, it's a lack by him. And the gavra, and the husband. Capish the two sides? Big nafkamina. What's a nafkamina? V'lefikach. And therefore, Yad Rama, very good. He didn't speak about it, but we're going to speak about it in a second. Very good, very good. 1 second, un momento. We're going to have to put in the Rama where the Rama is holding. 1 second. V'lefikach, therefore, im oyu asukim beoisoin. If they were busy in this subject before he gave, Venosanu, and after the Asukim he gave, V'omu, and she spoke, the Kiddushin. It is a Kiddushin. Why? Keivan den Tzorich HaMiratida. Since I don't need her speech, through his action I have a complete action, because he spoke before and he gave. The fact she speaks doesn't ruin. Loi mekalkelo. Who knows the word mekalkel? Who knows what is the word mekalkel? Doesn't ruin. Loi mekalkelo ba'amiroso. She doesn't ruin in her speech. Again, that's exactly the nafkamin in the chakira. If the problem is when she speaks, she's under control. So amiyach is a pulo to her. So the fact that they spoke before doesn't make a change. Can speak only once before. Lemaisa now he gave, and she took control. She took control. But when the problem is not her taking control, the problem is that when she reveals the situation, she's nif'eles. He's doing it all. But when she reveals, it's a lack that he didn't do the full pa'ula. Because she took the gap. She took the gap of revealing the reality, not him. But when he doesn't need her, so the revelation already came before because he spoke before. Now he gave. I don't need her speaking. So her speaking is like a sixth finger. I don't need it. It's be a sega. It's an extra finger. I don't need it. Doesn't mean it's not poisa lekuna, right? It's be a sega. It's like it's an extra finger. Imagine a person has another sixth finger here. Doesn't need it. Balmum. It's not needed. It's not needed. Unneeded. So therefore, it's not mafkia.
The same second that in the moment of the kiddushin that she says,
Yes, the moment he puts his hands to her, she's speaking. Doesn't take a long time to speak. It doesn't take a long time to give it over to her the money.
She like 1 week ago, she started kiddushin. She said, I want to marry you, okay?
Yes.
In the moment of the kiddushin, he says everything. Why don't we say the same problem?
I don't need him. I don't need her. I don't need her.
She started before. Well,
So what?
Well, she was there.
So what? But we want to do those. The husband has a full action. When he speaks before and he gives, according to the Rashba, have a full action. But when she speaks, according to the Rashba, if he spoke before and then he gave, the fact she speaks doesn't mean anything because her speaking is not miyaches, doesn't control the situation. Just just makes an empty spot for me. But when that empty spot is not empty, it's already been fulfilled by before. So I don't need her speak. So therefore she doesn't ruin. But if the problem is when she speaks, she takes control of the situation. So the fact they spoke before doesn't make a difference. The Maisa now he gave and she spoke, she took control. It ruins the thing. Umiu.
Maybe she didn't take. Maybe she didn't take control. He because he was quiet as an umdana that he agreed what she said.
Talk about the Rashba or Rashi?
Rashba. She didn't take. He could have, if he was quiet after she said what she said, you could say that because his quietness was what Kovei, not what she said, because he's agreeing to what she said. How do we know he has to agree?
Talk about the second svor of the Gemara that is no good. The Gemara has a suffix, sveikei. So what is the side that is no good? He's explaining, that's a side that is no good.
I know, but I just got cost on him.
What?
I just got cost on him. The cost on his swara.
Yeah. Now, comes.
It's Tasha. It's not the correct what he said.
Right, it's a svara. The svara.
It's swara because he was quiet, so he didn't she Kovei.
He used the word venire lefize. Venire li. What the word nireli means? It's a svara.
Okay, it appears to me.
Yes, it's a svara. Now, let's speak about the Yad Rama. Like Yechezkel wanted to love to speak about. Chazush is very big, but this is a small piece of the Chazush. Now, listen. We brought up the Yad Rama, right, Rabbi Yoshua? The Yad Rama. The Yad Rama says that when I have Nosanu Vomroi, and he says yes, hey, it works. So we brought the Mishnah Melech of Kiveger. Why, when he gives and she speaks, and he says yes, why we Vadai Kiddushi? So the Kuntrasachon says, the Mishnah Melech says, we have a lack. What he meant? Kuntrasachon says, since they spoke before, but one asukim in the moment, when he said yes, I connect the Amira before to the yes now. So yes is the Rotzoin, and the Amir is the speaking, but in the middle they didn't speak about the Safek Kevidushis, and then the Hein puts it together. That's the Kundasachon. Then the Mishnah Melech said that the problem is, it's not a question of Amira. The problem of I don't know what he wants. Maybe he didn't relate to her words. But when he said yes, hey, I know related. So he made it. There's only Safek of the Gemara when he meant for Maton Pikodon, he meant for Kiddushin. When she speaks, he related to her not. And so he says, yes, you know, related to her. That's why they Kiddushin. Which means there's no Din Amira. So the Mishnah Melech learned, according to Acho, in the Yad Rama holds, there is a Din Amira. Just the Amira and Hein is not enough. Hein is just to will. You need to have Dibur Imo before, not a Sukkim in between. And then when he says Hein, I know his Rotzon with the Dibur before. But really, I need a Din Dibur. So according to Kundas Acho, the Yad Rama holds there's a Din Dibur. According to the Mishnah Melech, the Yad Rama holds there's no Din Dibur. There's no Din Dibur. It's not Dibur Imo before. There's no Dibur, not a Sukkim. So why Hein works? Because it's only a question, I don't know his will. There's no Din Dibur. But Kiva Eger said there is a Din Dibur. Even without Dibur Imo just said the Hein works. We explained that he gave and she spoke upon his giving. So I'm still looking at she's being controlled through him, like the Rajva Svara. Even though she spoke, but he's still the mafia because she spoke upon what he gave. So therefore, he's still the controller. So that's why when he says yes, that's when he says yes, is Vadai Kiddushi. Basically, similar to the Rajva, according to the Kivegen. But let's conclude. Yes.
He says the moment the Baal says his chavos, he does
yes.
It, and then the wife talks, namas. After that, or say if he Asuki says that he did what he had to do, maybe she talks on her.
Okay, same
idea. Now, also be today in the world today, like a case of guy gets married, and she says, she wants to give him a ring or something. Same idea. After he did his chavasa.
Right, we don't care what she does. That's what happened, many years ago, not many years ago, a couple of years ago. Somebody called me, I think I said it in public. Somebody called me that he wants I should marry his daughter. He's the one that invented incubator. Asher Goldwasser. He lives in Caesarea, a very rich guy. The incubators. About 30 years ago, 40 years ago. Incubators. He's the one that invented it. In a young age. But anyhow, the point is that he had a small young daughter and he wanted to marry her off, and he's not religious. He normally says, hey, marry my daughter's okay. But he had one condition. She had one condition. She wants to give a ring to the husband too. I said, no problem. After you do the wedding, if I remember correct, I don't know anymore what exactly happened there, but Lamai said, no problem. After you do the wedding, she can give her 10 rings. She can give him a gift or whatever she wants, 20 rings. Finish. She's married already. Not before. Before, maybe people mixed up what's the main. After, she can do what she wants. She can kiss him, you know, whatever. You know what you want. I mean, it's a noah, but what can I do? Okay? That's in their head. Otherwise, we won't get married with a rabbi. They do what they want. Finish. Mionir. However it looks like. If she said, I'm taking myself to you, and they were busy in this subject. Again, she didn't say, I'm Mekudesh to you. Rather, she says, I'm taking myself to you. The woman said, Im omro, she said, Areini makiach atzmi lecho. I'm taking myself to you. They were busy in this subject. The same way. When the husband tells her, here's the money for you and take yourself to me, means you can be on your own taking yourself to me. Even Asukim. Why? Because she destroys. We have a machloikes when we say if she's mafkia or not. According to the Rashi and the Ravid, she's miyaches the pa'ula, she's mafkia. According to Rashbo, she's told the nifeles. The only problem is that he didn't speak. She was megalas, he has a lack of him. But when you have a sukim, no lack. But when she says, and he tells him, take yourself to me, so definitely he's meyaches the pula to her through the dibu. She's saying, I'm doing the pula. That's what she says in her, the kiddush in dibu. So the kula al, according to everyone, she meyaches the pula to her, and there's no mikudeshes. 1 second. So when we have a machloikes, when in the lingua, what is lingua? In the language. In the language of kiddushin, she said, I'm marrying to Anir Mikudeshes Lecho, means you're going to take me. I'm Mikudeshes Lecho, you are taking me. So then it's a machloikes, is she with the pool as her, or is only a lack of him? But when she says, I'm doing it, I'm marrying you, I'm taking myself to you, she said, I'm Mikudeshes Lecho, Areni Makichatz Milecho, or he tells her, take yourself to me. So she said clearly in the deeper that that's what she's doing. Pula she's doing. She definitely bothers, and she definitely miyachas the pula to herself, and definitely according to everyone the kulalme lava kiddushin the tzorichin.
She's the kudeshet. For the first bite that we study, if he give, and she said he's the kudeshet.
If he what? If what?
And she said kiddushin. But for the second barata, not the kudeshet.
It's a stira, right? And therefore we have a suffix. The more has a suffix. Suffix kiddushin. We explain what's a suffix. What's a side that is no good? We're explaining now the side that is no good. What are the side we have machlokes Rashi and Ravid against the Rashbo? And he said nafkamina by Asuki. Is according to Rashi and Ravid, the problem is when she speaks a miyaches, I relate the pula to her, even though she said but she spoke. She says, I connect the pula to her. Or no, she said means he's the muffin, she's the felis. She doesn't ruin the pula, it was not her. She said clearly, are you doing the pula? The problem is that he didn't reveal his intention. Only the religion there says a chisoron in him, but asukin will solve it. But when she says clearly, I'm taking myself to you, that's the words of the kiddushin. Arini makir lecho, according to everyone will be no kiddushin. Right. La 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 la. Now, yes, what do you want to say? Yes. The what? Where does he say that? Is it in the paper? Okay. This is an argument.
So not a cool down. Not a cool down. I'm going to do one sheet. That's argue.
Kula means here means Rashi, Raivel, and Rashbo.
I'll show you. That works. He said, I will show you that, but if he talks, she would dabble.
Reb Shleimer. It doesn't say anything what you said. It doesn't say that.
He said,
Does not. He commando Omar, Dafka Sheno, מדברים את זה לשם. עיקר לא ישכח את עצמה, אפילו סוף הקידוש של האב, ויבואק וקידשו וכל השש לשני. What's the case? What's the case? I don't know what's the case. What?
The case of Eini Ishak, Eini Bailech, Yakisatzma, that case, the same case.
Eini Ishak, I'm not.
No, Eini Ishak, Eini Bailech, Eini Usot, that case.
What is Eini Bailech? I'm. Okay. Okay, so it's different story. It's not the case here. No, he's talking about that the woman is taking herself to him. Here, talking about that the man is taking himself to her. I don't know. Hers is not the same case. Now, from here we learn about the
same man, no, but they both. He brings both together. He brings both together.
Okay, could be. Yes, okay. Okay, very good. I hear. Yes, I hear. But here it says that Kul Alma means Rashi Raivid against the Rashi. Okay, there's other shittas.
Too much easier to understand that Rashi and the right, because to say that it's included the Amida.
Yes.
Of the initiation of the Kiddushi, it's a hint. The radical opinion is very easy to understand.
Then what? That she's not involved?
Yeah. So what she says, so what? Like if she says Areni Mekudesh Lecha.
Yes.
So why should be included in the puzzle? She just said that she wants to marry him, but he's making the peula.
Okay, that's what. Okay. It makes sense to you, the Rashba. It's okay. Okay.
And also when she says Areni Mekudeshet Lecha, it doesn't show that she's making the peula. She says, "You're making the peula. Just I'm passing like Karka oil."
Right. That's the Rashba Svara. Okay. But the Rashi learns that the fact she speaks, so she's dominating, even though she's speaking a proper, beautiful language. But don't jump and speak. It's not your mokum to speak. When you speak, it means you're in control. You hear Berech Heskel? Even though you give a respectful word, but when you speak, you say you're in control. So that's no good. So therefore, when the woman speaks, even though she says, but it's not your place to speak. The husband then needs to run the show. When you speak, as she says, Miyach is the pull of her. That's what's wrong. Yes.
He made the kiddush. Okay, she spoke after.
No, the according to the Rashba is okay. Because I said, when she speaks, the fact that she takes control. So it doesn't matter what's Asukim. I don't have a lack of knowing his knowledge, what he wants. I know what he wants. But when she speaks, she still control. She takes control. Not what's wrong. No, it's not good. I want many more questions, but not today. Tomorrow. Yes. Right.
he started the kiika. So why she speak? Okay, it's not a new kiika. You're saying that it's a new kiika? He started new.
When Zelensky started to speak in the middle of the words of Trump, what happened to him? He got thrown out. Why? Just speak. But he spoke before, and they were busy before. Don't speak when the president speaks. Don't take control. Take control out. Rabbi Hanania ben Akash שואל, רוצה הקדוש